What's going on YouTube? It is Trev. All right, let's jump right into it, shall we? It's what everybody else is talking about. It's been covered to death. Videos have already been done. YouTube, there is nonstop Twitter spaces about this because it is a big deal. And I don't have really any answers for you, unfortunately. But I do have one maybe new piece of information that, to my understanding, no one really is aware of yet. And you can put whatever weight on this information that you want to. And I will get to that. But right now, let me just kind of recap what's going on for anybody who may not know. And I'll keep it very brief. So Terra Vita put out this tweet that says, "We're sad to confirm Terraport was hacked last night." Now this happened, early morning for me, overnight, whatever you want to say. "However, in our darkest hour, everything that is great about the crypto community came together. With special thanks to Dr. Locums." I'm not sure what this person actually did. I might have missed something, but obviously they did something, which was cool. And Cosmos Rex from Terra Rebels. "We believe all funds have been tracked with a fantastic effort by many community members. Thank you, KuCoin, MEXC Global, Binance, and CZ Binance himself, working hard together to cease illicit assets and track wallets to prioritize rescuing funds for owners. We will continue in our commitment to bring sustainable life to Terra Classic to maximize its value and work to bring confidence back to crypto. Thank you, everyone, for your support." This is a very PR tweet, right? And I would expect no less from Terra Vita or Rexy himself, if that's actually who wrote this. I don't know that for sure. But yeah, that's what we'd expect. And from what I'm understanding, several of these exchanges did get together and make some moves to try to move quick and try to protect this thing, right? Binance, actually, CZ himself put out a tweet, and I guess after looking into some things, really kind of came to the conclusion that maybe there was nothing that they could do. And his tweet said, "Our team reviewed the transactions. Our analysis shows no funds were deposited in Binance. Some of the hacked funds were deposited to MEXC and KuCoin. Not much we can do here." So does it stop there for them? Are there more investigations going on in the background? I don't know. I'm not sure, right? I know that CZ and Binance have had a very, very close eye on everything Terra Classic right now. And I understand, and people have tried to make this distinction to me, right? And I absolutely do understand that Terra and Terraport are not Lunk. They're not Lunk. But they have built on the Terra Classic chain. One of the biggest things that's been pushed by Rexy is that they are the only ones who are actually building on the chain. Everything that they're doing was supposedly for Lunk, right? So there is a connection. There's just a connection, and it's not. If Terraport just falls off the face of the earth, Lunk is still there. I realize that. But looking at it from an outside view, looking in as, it's an investor, an outside investor, either in Lunk or someone with, a D app that might want to build onto. When you look in and you see all this fiasco going on, we've got a major issue right now with Exodus and Starship, right? Who's right? Who's wrong? Everybody knows I've got NFTs on Exodus. And I like Timor. I've talked to him quite a bit. Liking somebody and talk to them quite a bit, and even if, everything that he tells me sounds great. But I'm not an attorney. I'm not a blockchain specialist. I'm none of these things. So just because you like somebody and somebody's a good person doesn't mean necessarily that they're in the right. So there's a lot of things that need to play out all over the place in Terra Classic. There just seems to be drama after drama after drama. Scammers and people are starting to call this maybe a rug pull. I don't know if I really want to go that far, right? But there are reasons for it, okay? Reasons why people are calling it that. But, again, when you're looking in from the outside at all this stuff that's happening, do you really want to come and build here, right? Do you really want to get on chain? Lunatics token. We've talked about them a million times on this channel. I support them like crazy. And a lot of people in the LUNC, in the Terra Classic community, called them scammers out the box, right? They were garbage. They were this, they were that. They were stealing liquidity. They were stealing holders. They were whatever they were doing. I'm losing my train of thought, right? Supposedly, they were going to be, not really good for the chain or whatever, right? My train of thought. And they, since the beginning, wanted to be on the Terra Classic chain. So they started on BSC, then, they're about to relaunch. There were some problems, right? Everybody knows. Going to relaunch on ETH, right? And then the next step was to be on Terra Classic. I don't even know if they're going to do that anymore. I would tell them why. Right now, why? If Terra Classic actually gets itself together, becomes a strong chain, a chain that people want to build on, that's fine. But to do it just because, we said we were going to do it and maybe we want to keep our word. I'm not putting words in their mouth. I'm just saying maybe this is what they're thinking. I really don't even know, right? At this point, if they decided, or if anyone else who was thinking about getting on this chain decided not to get on this chain because they're looking at things like this, how can you blame them, right? And that's where I draw the connection. They're not the same thing, but they're tied together, right? They have an effect on each other. And so I said that some people are actually saying that this wasn't necessarily hacked, but a bit of a rug pull. I don't really want to call it that, but the reason that people are calling it that, I want to go to this person's Twitter feed, and I don't know who this person is. I just saw that this was actually sent to me by somebody. I'd never heard of this person. They don't have a lot of tweets. They don't follow a lot of people, and like maybe 3 people are following them, right? But whoever they are, these are some of the things that they said, and they're not the only ones that are saying it, right? Let me see if I can go back up to the top here. I think you guys should knock on Terraport's door. It was a rug pull. They deployed the contract 7095 containing the addresses that drained all the LPs early today. You can find more details in my recent tweets. So it's being said that the wallets, or whatever, that actually did the hack are in the code. They're hard-coded into the Terraport code. I'm not a coder. I can't verify that, right? I'm not even really all that great at tracking wallets. You got to go to Asobs for that. He's the man with that stuff, right? So, a lot of this stuff is being looked into, but it says, what hacker? Didn't you deploy the contract containing attackers' addresses? Yes, one of your team members did it. Now, this is all accusation. It's, is it speculation? Is there proof of these kind of things? I don't know, but this is what this person is saying. And this person is not, I'm going to say he, she, I don't know. They're not the only person that's saying this, right? It was not a hack. Addresses that drained the LP, hard-coded into the smart contract. Terraport did it. At least one of the team members, they implemented the contract this way. There's no hack, no exploit, just a nasty rug pull. This is how some people are looking at it. Goes on, right? Rex from Terra Rebel says, the wallet addresses of the scammers, and here are the addresses, right? It's now blacklisted, blocked on MEXC, blocked on KuCoin, right? All beautiful. And from what I understand, Rex had a big part in doing that, right? And we'll get to that in a second. And again, this bar 70-ish, whatever, says, what scammer? It's all 100% inside job. Terraport deployed the contract, and they put all these addresses inside. And here are the addresses, right? Now, also, if you click on that, there's the code, right? I don't know that this is all the code or just, some sort of condensed or compiled version of the code or whatever, and I certainly don't know how to read this. Is there some way that you can actually copy paste the actual addresses of the wallets involved in this issue, and maybe do a search in the code and see if they're actually in there? I'm assuming that's what happened if somebody's making these accusations, but like I said, not the only person making these accusations. We've talked about very many times that I have some friends who have some friends, right? And one of my friends who has some friends told me the same thing. Said that, yeah, this is what the LCD shows. These wallets involved in this hack are wallets that were already in the code. Now, it's coming to light that Yogaba and a host of other people, really, have been looking into this for over a week. They've noticed some vulnerabilities in the code, and these apparently, Aesop's, as a matter of fact, had a conversation with Rexy. I can tell you I had a conversation with Rexy, but I mean, I don't really, again, I didn't come to him with code and things like that because I don't know those things, right? But these things were brought to Rexy's attention, and they were, from what I'm understanding, they were just brushed off as FUD. This one and that one's just trying to make us look bad. It's all lies. They're trying to take us down or whatever, right? A week or so ago, that it was told that there were security vulnerabilities in this code. A friend of some friends that I know looked at as much of the code as they could look at, and they said it looked like it was done by extreme amateurs, that there were all kinds of security issues. People are looking into this stuff. These are the things that are being said right now. It's all speculation at this point. Nothing is proven. But we're going to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to find out exactly where this came from. Was this an inside job? Now, when I say inside job, I do not mean Rexy's. There's a difference between Rex and Rexy's. Rexy's is Terra C Vita, right? Former Terra Rebels, but left and started Terra C Vita. Also is, responsible for bringing you Terraport. Rex is still Terra Rebels. So, Rexy's basically is I don't get the feeling that Rexy's knew or really understood what was going on here. Now, this is just my speculation and my opinion, right? I am not in any way, shape, or form sticking up for Rexy's. I'm not suggesting one thing or the other. I'm just saying the way it seems to me. And here comes the information that maybe nobody else knows about, right? Because I just learned it and I just asked if anybody else knew, and I was told no. So, some people have been asking, where's Rexy's, right? Maybe they're reaching out to him. Maybe they couldn't get him. He's been noticeably quiet. Kind of understandable, going through what they're going through here at Terraport, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. But this is what I found out. And I'll go ahead and say that this is true because I can show you in text messages to me from the people involved that they said this is true. As soon as this hack happened, overnight, probably 3 o'clock in the morning, my time, Eastern time, right? Rexy's found out about it. However he found out about it, I don't know, right? But jumped on it pretty fast and reached out to Lunkburn Army, the project manager of the L1 task force, which with what seems to me, from what you can get from text, right, seems to me a bit of a frantic request to wake Ed Kim up, right? And if possible, and get him to reach out to Binance and see what Binance can do about, I don't know, locking the contracts or the wallets or whatever, right? See if he could reach out to Binance. 3 o'clock in the morning. Ed ain't getting up 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm surprised Lunkburn Army was up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But this dude wasn't even waiting until people might actually be awake. He's reaching out and trying to get people to do something about this now, right? To me, that kind of speaks to, okay, Maybe he's had the rug, or the wool pulled over his eyes a little bit. Maybe he, just was sticking up for his project and didn't want. Maybe there's a little bit of denial going on with all these people that are telling him there's something wrong, and he's telling them no, there's not. Maybe even blaming it on other people. This one trying to screw us, that one trying to screw us, right? The conversation I had with him kind of went the same way, right? And I'm not posting, but I do have it, and I do have the screenshots, right? Basically, I asked him what's going on with it, and he told me, oh, that's this one and that one, and they're just, basically they're lying and they're trying to get us, they're trying to make us look bad, or however, basically he worded it, right? But he disavowed any knowledge of what was going on, and maybe he really didn't. Rexy is not a coder. And he had people obviously doing this for him. I'm sure the people, if they were trying to perpetrate some sort of scam or whatever, maybe they weren't telling him about it. I don't know. There's a lot of information to come out. But again, what we didn't know to this point is that Rexy reached out to them early in the morning. Now, he has also asked at this point for the L1 development team's help, right? I try to clarify exactly what it is, what kind of help is he looking for? I mean, what exactly does he think that they can actually do? At this point, Zaradar is gone. They don't have a lead dev. They've got some junior devs, right? Vin and Till, are really good. But then again, he's got access to Till. Till works for TCV, doesn't he? Or whatever, right? But he's asking for their help, and I'm not sure exactly what it is that he wants them to do. It is possible, I guess, that everything that was lost and everything that was stolen maybe is on the blockchain somewhere. Maybe there is some way it could be recovered. Some people think that is actually possible. And if so, that would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. I think Vin actually feels that if it's still on the blockchain, which why wouldn't it be, right? Maybe we can track it. Maybe we can figure it out. I don't know if they can get any of it back to anybody, but that would be a wonderful thing. But Rexy has reached out to them for help. Where's it going to go from here? I really don't know, right? But I know a lot of people are doing investigations. There's actually someone, and I don't know him personally, someone that I heard in one of the spaces who, I guess this is what he does for a living, is investigates this kind of stuff. He's asking for his normal fee of $250,000 to get to the bottom and really just jump in and dive in deep and get all of this information. But I think that there are some people out there that can do that, probably even for free. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that's what's going on right now. Any other information that comes my way, you can be sure I will get it to you as soon as I possibly can. I don't know, man. One thing after another. I'm not digging it. I'm really not digging it. And I did say, I told you guys a while ago that I undelegated all my LUNC because these are the things that have been going on in this chain. I don't believe that there's a problem with LUNC. I think it has a lot of potential. But the community, not the investors, but the people who are trying to run things or whatever, who do you trust at this point, right? Who do you trust? If something like this can happen, who do you trust? I don't trust anybody anymore. So, I think I'll probably, and this is just me, I'm not telling anybody else to do this. This is just how I'm feeling, and I know other people are feeling this way, but you have to make up your own mind what it is that you want to do with your bags, right? At this point, I think, maybe I'll hold on to a little bit of it because I don't have a lot of it anyway. So I'll hold on to maybe half my bag, maybe a quarter of my bag, and see what happens. Does anything actually iron itself out, work itself out? Do we start actually going on a different trajectory where we're actually building and doing well? And if so, I've got a foot in the door, right? And maybe I'll jump back in. But with all this that's going on right now, I have no confidence. I just don't. I'm sorry. And I know that pisses a lot of people off, but you always just get the truth and reality from me. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have confidence because there are much smarter people than me out there. And you might have more information. You might look at things a different way, right? But the way I'm looking at it, I would rather take what I have because I'm an investor and I'm looking to make money on it sooner than later, right? I'd rather take what I have and move it into some other things that I think have potential right now and aren't going through all of this drama. And you guys know what some of that stuff is because I talk about it all the time. So, all right. If you have any questions, comments, if you want to tell me I'm an asshole, if you want to tell me you agree with me, whatever, that's what my comment section is for. So feel free. If you want to hit the like button on the way out, if you're not subscribed, feel free to do that as well. And as I said, as I get more information, I'll certainly get it to you guys if I'm available. Or I'll get it to one of my other buddies and they can get it out to you. All right. Talk to you soon. Ciao.